State senators want more answers about the GenX chemical that was being dumped into the Cape Fear River.
Yeah, they say Governor Cooper failed to fully answer their questions about how the state handled the situation.
CBS North Carolina Investigates Jonathan Rodriguez is digging deeper into this, and he's live in the studio with details. Jonathan?
As Sean Sharon, several lawmakers have called for a legislative hearing. Two big questions here are who knew what and when. For more than 30 years, Chemours has been dumping GenX into the Cape Fear River. It's a toxic byproduct that comes from making chemical coatings. It hasn't been studied much, so right now it's not regulated by the state or the EPA. The state's environmental department says they didn't hear about it until this year.
Why wouldn't the state know about something like that since it's being pumped into North Carolina rivers?
That's part of our investigation. My department has launched an investigation.
Last week I sat down with DEQ Secretary Michael Regan. He says right now they're looking at the company's permit applications.
Are they required at this point to disclose everything that they are putting in the water?
Companies are required to disclose what they're putting into our water. What we are going to do a better job of is providing a level of specificity on the level of disclosure that we at the state level expect.
Did they list GenX in their unregulated section?
That's part of our investigation. The question is this chemical compound adequately identified in the permit process?
Governor Cooper is asking for more than $2 million to help study and regulate GenX and other chemicals. But senators wrote a letter saying before the funding is approved, they need some clarification. They asked when DEQ first found out about GenX, a question I also asked Regan.
We were notified in June of GenX. In June, we began an investigation. In June, we began very aggressive monitoring. In June, we demanded that the company cease the discharge of GenX.
But the governor's response to the senator says the previous administration found out about GenX in November of last year. Senators also want to know why DEQ didn't immediately create state standards once they learned it was in the water. The governor's letter says health experts are working on it for GenX and other emerging chemicals. About an hour ago, House Speaker Tim Moore announced that he will in fact have a hearing. They haven't set a date or a time yet. The governor's office says they're looking forward to engaging in productive dialogue. Sharon?